I have 3 good news for you regarding climate change. But first, let me introduce you to Louise, my daughter. Yesterday was her first birthday. And between Louise and me, there is a gap of 30 years. 1 generation. And what Louise doesn't know yet is that we are the last generation to save the world. Climate change is not anymore something that's going to happen in 100 years. It is happening here, today, right now. The global Earth temperature increased by 1 degree in 100 years. This speed has never been seen before. Scientists all around the world tell us we should not increase the global Earth temperature by more than 1.5 degrees. And should we go above 2 degrees, and we will be playing Russian roulette with the entire humanity. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm just in a bad movie, especially right now. But there are 3 good news. First, we know why this is happening. It's because of our greenhouse gas emissions. Easy. 2, we know what to do. In 10 years, we have to reduce by 50% our greenhouse gas emissions. And in 30 years, we have to be carbon neutral. Easy. Third good news, we have numbers, we have statistics, we have technologies, and we have very smart people on Earth. So, actually, the real question is, who can save the world in such a short period of time? Politics? Individuals? Companies? Let's dig into each option. First, politics. I truly believe we need strong politics to tackle climate change. But there are 193 countries on Earth. And politics is slow and complex, and we only have 10 years. Option 2, individuals like you and me. We can decide to buy sustainable products. We can decide to buy renewable energy. We can make zero waste at home. But we are more than 7 billion people on Earth. Not everyone has this chance. Third option, companies. I believe companies are the solution to save the world. Your company can save the world, and I will tell you how in just a few minutes. Think about the skills we need today to save the world in such a short period of time. We need audacity. We need quick decisions. We need creative minds. We need project managers. We need entrepreneurs. In a short period of time, a company can take a decision that will impact thousands of other companies. This year, Zalando announced that the 2,500 brands sold on the platform will have to be sustainable by 2023. Last year, 6,000 Amazon employees went on strike for the climate, not for their salary. A company can take a decision that will impact its whole production process. The Belgian beer, Leopold 7, decided they will not produce any beer bottle that would emit more than 185 grams of CO2. It means that the maximum distance for them to sell a beer from Belgium is Paris. Politics is too slow. Individual action is too low, but companies' decisions are quick and impactful. I am an economist and a sustainable entrepreneur. Maybe that's the reason why I'm a misfit economist. I funded sustainable companies. One failed and went bankrupt. The other one worked. Today, my job is to help as many businesses as possible to become sustainable so that they can save the world. And I would like to give you tonight 3 quick steps to make your business sustainable tomorrow or even tonight. Step 1, measure. Measure. Imagine your doctor tells you you are too fat and you have to lose weight or you will die. What would you do? If it was me, first thing I would do is just to jump on the scale to know how much I weigh. Then I would ask the doctor, how much do I have to lose? And then I would make a plan, sports, diet, whatever. Same story with greenhouse gas emissions. Measure. You know, in my daily life, I hear from our customers things like, Stephanie, you know, in my company, I'm sure that the greenhouse gas emissions are coming from the paper, because we use a lot of paper. Or some others tell me, Stephanie, in my company, I'm sure that the greenhouse gas emissions are coming from the cars, because, you know, we have very big cars. Who's right? Who's wrong? Actually, no one. Because they express feelings, not numbers. If you want to bring sustainability in your business, measure, jump on the scale, whatever your business is, from being a doctor, a hairdresser, a small company, or a multinational. Right. Step 2, use circular economy to reduce your emissions. Did you know that if the entire economy was 100% circular, we could reduce the greenhouse gas emissions by more than 70%. 70%. So what does a circular economy look like? It's very easy. This is a linear economy. In a linear economy, you take resources, you make a product, then you dispose it. In a circular economy, in a circular economy, you do not take resources, you use what you have. Then you still make a product, and at the end of the life, you do not dispose it. You put it back in the process. And you know what? Circular economy is not just a beautiful word, ecological word for economists. It is easy to implement and profitable. In our office, for example, when we moved in at the beginning of this year, we bought 80% of our furniture on second hand. This is circular economy. One of our customers is a sports retailer. And during the COVID lockdown, they decided to start the real circular economy by buying back sports items from people's garage to sell them back on second hand. It took, during the COVID lockdown, 9 days to set up the process. And 5 months later, we have the numbers on feelings. When selling a new product gives you an average margin of 20 euros. Selling a circular product gives you an average margin of 55. The more circular economy you will do, the more profit you will get, and the more greenhouse gas you will save. Step 3, you saw it. Communicate. Communicate. Last year, I gave a conference about circular economy to business owners. And one of them came to me after the conference to tell me how frustrated he was. Hopefully not because of my conference, but actually, he was the CEO of an accounting firm. And he was absolutely concerned about climate change, and he wanted to act. He was also a cycling fan. So he decided to implement a mobility strategy for his company. What he wanted to do is to convince his employees to take their bike instead of their cars to come at the office. So it would write very long emails to explain why it was important for the planet, why it was important for the health. He would even offer a very expensive electric bike to the one who would make the most kilometers in a year. Result, no one biked. No one biked. Why? What was wrong? His problem is that he wanted to convince, not to motivate. He wanted to convince, not to motivate. And if you want to motivate, you have to bring attention. And if you want to bring attention, you have to know how the brain works. But before I tell you how the brain works, I have to tell you a secret. Climate change is boring. Climate change is boring. Every time we hear something about it, we just feel guilty and anxious. This is boring. Look, this is the kind of email I receive in the morning. Stephanie, we need you. Stephanie, we can no longer live on credit. Stephanie, we can still avoid the worst. Stephanie, 48,000 deaths a year. When I arrive at the office in the morning, having my coffee, opening my mailbox, when I see this, I just feel bad. I feel anxious. I feel guilty. I don't want to read the email. Now, how do you feel? Better, right? Me too. I really prefer that kind of emails. And you know what? Both emails are coming from brands who are talking about sustainability. They are both talking about local production. They are talking about greenhouse gas emissions. So, you have to know how the brain works. You have to talk to the emotional brain and to the rational one. The emotional brain needs pictures. He needs emotions, stories. And the rational brain needs numbers. If you can talk to the emotional brain and to the rational one, you will have the perfect mix to motivate your team and your customers. I guess the CEO of the accounting firm would have much more better results with that kind of picture instead of very long emails explaining why it's important. So, step 1, measure. Step 2, use circular economy to reduce your emissions. And step 3, communicate. The challenges we are facing today are huge. We are the last generation to save the world. That's why we need your business, your company, your ideas to find the best way to re-enchant our economy. What's good for the planet is good for the business. So now forget how it was. Think how it could be. Her future is up to us. Thank you.